Garage Top Shop stuff with Mike out here. Today we're working on the big truck, 2015 dual rear wheel. We got the old 3500 out here and started making a little wobbly there when you hit the brakes. So we're gonna do a quick brake job on the front of this thing. Not too excited about it because everything's big, everything's heavy. You know, she's starting to get a little age on her, so some of the stuffs don't come off as easy as they used to, but let's grip it and rip it and see what happens. Try to get this done as fast as possible. We got a bunch of stuff to do today. I took the day off so I can get some like maintenance-y type things done on my stuff. So, you know, let's go. All right, gang, this is gonna be a super quick video. So just get the old girl up in the air. This is 4-wheel drive, so I lifted it up on the pumpkin and then got a jack stand right there on the axle housing. And this old girl, like I said, is getting pretty old. So before I rip off these lugs, take you something, lubricant, I don't care what, just give you a little toot of something on the threads. Make sure these things come all right, because I am not trying to make this an all-day deal. This is going to be quick, fast, and dirty. So, all right, well, let's get these frickin' things on. You get the frickin' idea. Same deal on the little brake extension, or the wheel extension here. So let's go ahead and rip that off. Grab your shorty 21mm socket. Pop it on one of these. Get your ugga-dugga in there. And let's rip them off. Just like that. What a pain in the ass. So repeat that a million times. All right, got all your hardware off, give her a couple whacks. All right, next we will take off caliper. And this should come off pretty easy because I actually replaced these not too long ago. Damn C's slider pins, the bane of my existence. Where you at, you son of a bitch? Oh, that was stupid. God almighty. Alright, let's try that again. Old Tommy Tough Knuckles here. All right. Boop. Let's see if that one off enough. Nope. Awesome. Sweet. Love this shit. All right, make sure you got your handy dandy little hanger of some sorts. I got this old Chinese S-hook deal. It came in like some random brake kit. So we're gonna use that. We're gonna hang it up here on the coil spring somewhere. Get it the frick out of our face. And yeah. Here's an important tech tip, and I don't want you to forget it. Make sure you leave your wheel spacer sitting right there. So when you're trying to get your caliper off, your hand slips and you bust your knuckle wide open. It's super important. So yeah, I just didn't want to leave that out because I don't want anybody to screw this up. Okay, next, your two big 24mm bolts that hold the bracket on. Oh, I forgot to take the brake shoe out. These brake shoes look fine, but they've been on here forever and I think they're cheapy, so I'm glad we're doing this anyway. All right, get it on the biggest breaker bar you got. Ugh. So crack those loose. We'll get this bracket off, and then we can pop that rotor. Okay, now we're gonna pull off this freaking rotor that weighs 500 pounds. Yeah, baby. And then we're gonna put on the old, I don't know what the hell this is, O'Reilly's. What was it? O'Reilly's Brake Best Select Pro, because we're pros here. And I had a coupon. Okay, right on she goes. Let's get our bracket back on. All right, I got so excited that I forgot to tell you, you should grab some brake clean and maybe a little scrubby pad and hit the surface of your hub right here just to make sure that rotor has a nice flat area to sit on. Avoid any weird vibrations or, you know, anything like that. So just kind of get in there and just kind of clean it up a little bit, nice and quick. Gee, can you tell I live, you know, in the salt area? Jesus Christ. All right, now we're gonna press this piston a little bit on the caliper. So grab you a couple brake pads, set them in there. And then I bought one of these stupid things like a year ago, and I absolutely love it. I don't know, they're on Amazon, they're cheap as shit. Little spreader deal, instead of using the old scissor deal that I grew up with. But just pop you one of these in here and let's spread them pistons back in. I think that'll do it. Okay, pads out. Nice. All right, let's get our hardware started. All right, once you get this all attached, don't forget, always check, make sure your little slider pins are doing all right. Mine are still free, good to go. So let's put our hub extenders on, or not hub extender, but wheel extender. That on. Get our hardware started. I think I read these are like 128 foot-pounds a piece. A lot of people just say, just ugga-dug them on and don't worry about it. But we'll see what happens. Okay, if you feel so inclined to actually torque these to specs, I don't know if this is the right way to do it. I don't know. Sometimes this is what I do, but to lock your hub from spinning, I've got a big ass pry bar through the threads with some rags down there to protect the threads, because it's going to want to go like this as you tighten it. You know, make sure you don't hurt those threads. It's what your lugs go onto. But just a big old pry bar set up down there. Then you can get in here with your 21 millimeter and your torque wrench, and we can see where we're at. So just like that, and then rinse and repeat all the way around. Was my freaking knee in front of that whole thing? Oh my God. Let's do it again real fast. That on, and that on. Just like that. All right, well, there's twice in case you didn't see it the first time. All right, gang, well, that's about that. Don't forget to get you some brake cleaner and wipe your little sticky paw prints off that new rotor. And so that's it. You know, only one busted knuckle later, and we got her put back together. So, you know, these trucks aren't anything too crazy. Everything's just twice as big and twice as heavy. So eat your Wheaties. And so yeah, that saves you a couple bucks. You want to do it yourself, you know, go for it. You don't need nothing fancy. So, all right, another episode of Garage Shop Talk Stuff with Mike, and we'll see you on the next one.